April is Donate Life Month, and it is a time to think about registering as a donor. And two organizations give thanks to those who said yes.
Gift of Hope and Tissue Donor Network and Fitzgerald Funeral Home hosted a special ceremony to stress the importance of becoming a donor. There is a need of eye and tissue donors. Several people spoke at the event, including Joy Beach, whose son John was killed in a motorcycle crash, but he helped save 160 lives when he became a donor. Currently, there are 103,000 people on the waiting list, including 4,000 Illinoisans.
You know, having conversations and getting educated and creating awareness and then registering is so important. The more education you have about it, the better off you feel, and the more you can help save someone else's life.